Hello and welcome back. This is Jacob and today we are gonna be continuing the Let's Play for the Legend of Heroes Trails Through Daybreak number 2. So, before I go into my usual quick little recap of the previous part, let me quickly say, even though I said it in the comments of the previous episode, I just wanna have it in a video as well. Yes, I do know that there is a trailer for the next game in this series. I know it's already out, however, I haven't finished this game yet. I haven't watched the trailer yet, and I will watch it only when I'm done with Daybreak 2. So, before someone says anything about the trailer or even the thumbnail, because I didn't even properly see the thumbnail, luckily. I was in my kitchen cooking dinner and I was just sitting there and waiting for it to finish, scrolling through my sub feed on YouTube, and I suddenly saw the thumbnail for the trailer, and luckily my eyes wandered to the left side, which was just the title of the next game, and I think I saw Van, and then the trailer autoplayed and I think I saw Van's face for a split second, realized what was happening, and immediately started scrolling past it. So no, I saw nothing from the thing outside of what I just said, and I don't want to know anything, I don't want to hear anything, just wait until the final episode. If I don't forget, I might actually, like for when I was finishing Daybreak 1, I might actually do like a small little reaction to the trailer thing at the end of this whole Let's Play series. But that will be for the end of the Let's Play series. Until then, I do not want to hear or know or even sniff out anything that is about the next game. It will be a Let's Play on the channel. It will be a Let's Play on the channel together with the remake for the first Trails game. So, that will be the end of this year, and it's gonna be a very weird one, because it's gonna be back-to-back Let's Plays for two different Kiseki games. Okay. But yeah, anyway, on the last one, Swin and Nadia began their new school life. Agnès took them on a tour through the academy and showed them the two of them all the sights. Towa is also at Aramis as a teacher for a while, so we got to meet her too on top. While doing the rounds through the academy, we also did some side quests. The first one involved retrieving some do-over books for the library, and I will forever claim it is evil to not let me read any of them, just some quotes from them. I hate it here. Anyway, from the quest we did learn that Van, Elaine and Renee did a stage play on Sheena Dirk, and that it was a parody of the characters. Very cute, Van, very cute. In another quest later in the day, we helped the store owner in the academy find out why his sales might be tanking as of recent. The investigation leads us to the basketball teams of the school, and we learn that it was the manager for the female team that was sabotaging the male team at the root of it. Basically, she didn't want her boyfriend on the male team to worsen his injury, so that was her measure of stopping him from overdoing it. After that, we finished off the rounds, and as the three of them were heading back home, an explosion can be heard from the academy. Once they make it back in, they see their friends dead on the floor, and we get another rewind. Now, aware of the danger, the three of them proceed to find the explosive and track down our perp. Ronald Griffith, that ding-dong, was the one who delivered the plastic explosive to the school, but the idiot was not aware of its power and seems he was just being used by someone else to commit the crime. And yeah, that is pretty much where we left off last time. So we now have a city to go through. Oh god. Well, there are at least two side quests in here, and we'll see about what those are gonna be. But I think I'm gonna tackle this from the bottom here and gonna move towards the top. I'm not gonna guarantee we're gonna do all of the rounds in this one episode. This is a lot of city districts. We'll see how fast this is gonna go. But yeah, one quick thing I want to say also as well, for the last episode where I was speculating about Katre's name, it's just a theory, because I find it very interesting because it's a very specific name. Like, it's not just your average name that you just pull out of, you know, everyday life. Katre is not really something I, like, ever heard used as someone's name. Maybe it is common somewhere in the world, but it definitely doesn't seem to be the most common thing here.
Okay.
And obviously it's been years since that game and everything, but it's kind of like one of those writing things when you write a story. Even if you place a object in a game and it doesn't seem to have any kind of purpose or lore behind it in like game 1, maybe in game 3 or game 4, it will suddenly be the most important device ever, and it was just there in plain sight the entire time. I mean, a good example I can give for that is, without going into too much detail, is Kingdom Hearts. And yes, I know, I'm pulling the most convoluted plot-driven game in existence, or franchise rather, but Kingdom Hearts 1 had a device that was only shown like towards the end of the game. I think it's literally at the end of the game, and you kinda need to go out of your way to see it properly. And after that you get nothing. For years you get nothing, and then finally, like, I think it's like in the past like 5 or 6 years, you finally get the plot device or a plot reason for what this thing was used for, what its purpose is, and it wasn't even in one of the big games. It was in the mobile game. The mobile game actually delivered the plot on what the hell the device was used for and where it's coming from.
Okay.
That's the crazy shit. That's how Nomura is. But yeah, I'm not putting it past Falcom people to, you know, just pick a name and then use it later on another character. There is still, like I said, there is still a lot of shit towards Catre that I'm very interested to finding out. Like the first game, Daybreak 1, did already shine a bit of a light on him, but there is so much to this guy. I mean, that despair moment in the opening cutscene for this game with Catre in it, I am looking forward to what the hell that is gonna entail, because that is living rent-free in my mind right now. I wanna see what the shit they're planning with that, or what is gonna lead to a moment like that for Catre. But yeah, anyway, we have quite a list of things to go through, so let's begin with the people here, and let's also then check what the hell the sub-quest here is. I want to call it sub-stories because I keep playing Yakuza recently. Anyway. Oh, hey! Oh, wait, no, this is the guy with his son. The son that was flirting with the... Well, flirting. That was friendly with the kid from the fish stall over there. We might be getting home a little late today. Actually, your mother should also be heading back home soon. What do you say to grabbing some takeout before we leave?
Good idea. How about we get that meat pie Mom likes so much?
Oh, that's some smart thinking, kiddo. You're such a sweet boy, Kane. Uh-huh. We'll have meat pie for the entree then. Entree, okay. Actually, the fact that I actually know how to pronounce that. Why don't I buy you some of your favorite cake for dessert?
Yeah, I can share with you and Mom too.
Oh, he's a good little boy. And then one day, he will decide to begin a brotherhood, shave his head, and wear cloaks. Kane lives. Okay, what do we have? There's a 4 SPG on the bulletin board. Lashkar's Path. Oh, from Kaina. Lashkar's been acting strange lately. Not only has he been going out by himself in the middle of the night, but he's been really moody too. Can you look into what's going on with him and help him out while you're at it? Come to my apartment building in the center marsh, and I'll tell you more. Kaina. Huh. Interesting.
So sleepy.
Where's her apartment? Oh, over there. Okay. That's gonna be our final stop. But first, we need to zoom about.
Feast your eyes on this.
Just what's going on with that boy? The brooding has been playing on his face lately. I only hope he hasn't gotten himself wrapped up in any risky business.
Come to think of it, I don't see Lashkar around anywhere. What could have happened to him?
Well, there we go. Update immediately on Lashkar. Good that I picked up the quest. Ma'am?
I just can't seem to find a vendor who's willing to take on my family's produce. The only stall I haven't asked yet is owned by the market manager Romain. He's famous for having strict standards, so the idea of being under his scrutiny has my knees knocking together. I guess it wouldn't hurt to ask, but still.
You can do it.
If this doesn't work out, I'll have nowhere else to turn. Oh, what do I do?
Oh, it's gonna be fine. The guy seems like a legit good person.
Take a look at my wares.
Hey, you. My original fashion brand is geared toward young students. Wear our clothes and popularity will be all yours. That's the idea. Okay. Bold words. The true appeal of board games lies in the social interaction they provide. Even now, I'll pick up the newest release for my wife and I to enjoy together. Wait, what? Wait, I'll pick up the newest release for my wife and I to enjoy together. There's some weird sentencing going on, I've noticed from time to time, which is, you know, to be expected from a game with as much text as as a Kiseki game. In fact, we have plans to play one tonight. I'm counting down the hours as we speak. Okay, what do you say to that, ma'am? For as much as Moses loves his board games, the poor dear has never been very good at them. Though by the look of things, it may just be that he holds back against me in particular. Still, I consider little acts of kindness like that to be the secret behind our happy marriage. I wonder if he's actually holding back. He might just be a good sport. More and more of my evening customers have been looking for weapons rather than hardware lately. Dealing in arms is a hassle and a half, and the toll it takes on your nerves is nothing to scoff at. But at the end of the day, it's how I keep a roof over my head. I mean, you do what you gotta do. Oh, you have some new shit. A tipple always tastes better after dark. You kids look a touch too young for that though. We also have a range of non-alcoholic cocktails for sale if you're interested. It may not be the real thing, but the flavor should be to your liking.
Hello there.
Is that Young Gloi's Dio? I guess. Cure KO, restore 240 HP, CP 12. A medicinal liquor gives energy that makes you feel young again. I'll take 5, please. Oh hey, there's a new fish in the pond. Okay, I'll do that, but we shall buy some fishing gear. Oh, right, you two are in charge right now.
Welcome back, Shannon. Hey, I bought everything you wanted on your shopping list. Plus a few snacks for good measure. Actually, wanna hear something crazy? They gave me a ticket for the lottery while I was checking out. Why don't we try and give the wheel a spin sometime? A lottery ticket, huh? What's their grand prize? I think it was an all-expense-paid trip to some island resort.
Oh god. Girl, are you foreshadowing something for me right now? Are you foreshadowing something? You probably are.
Just imagine all the rare fish we can catch there. Oh, you're right. We could totally make it a fishing trip. I'm sure Kyle would be all for it too. Alright, it's a plan. Let's try and spin the wheel tomorrow then. Yeah.
You're pretty serious about fishing, huh? You know, I've noticed it's kind of rare to see kids and teens fishing in the Republic.
It's a little funny, to be honest. We know so many people in Crossbell and the Empire that are maniacs about it.
Oh, yeah,
Oh no, I totally forgot we had customers. Sorry for the wait, you guys. Here, why don't you take some free samples?
I mean, sure, I have like 100 and something, but sure.
Well, thank you very much. Oh, we'll be sure to put them to good use.
Yeah, thanks. Okay, hold on. Oh, you, okay, sure.
You guys fish too, right? Always nice to meet a fellow hobbyist. Usually our regulars are the only other anglers we see. Well, I guess there was that one guy the other day. Maybe there's a bunch more out there just waiting for us to talk to them.
Uh-huh.
Something you're looking for in particular?
The other day? Okay. Carbon line. Spool of high quality fishing line. Okay. Decreases gauge drain speed. Hell yeah.
Talk to you later.
Makina's grandpa owns this store. I work here part-time, but Makina's running the counter for today. So since we can't go out and have fun together, I'm hanging back to give her some help. Kyle, on the other hand, is probably off night fishing somewhere. I've only done it a few times myself. He really needs to show us the ropes one of these days.
He's probably he's probably gonna be here in Riverside, I would say.
Yes, I got one.
Oh, well, that's the new fish. Moon white. Okay.
Can I interest you in a nice, hearty bouillabaisse for dinner? It's chock full of nutritious seafood bought fresh from trout stall.
What can I get for you?
Sure, extra chunky bouillabaisse. Extra chunky? Ooh, magical damage up, or arts damage up. Bouillabaisse is made only of ingredients from Center Marsh.
Thanks for shopping.
You're welcome.
These kiwis are nice and ripe. I wonder if we'll have any left over later. Then I should share them with Kane and his parents.
Oh, cute.
Hurry and grab yourself some fruit before we close up shop. Act now and I'll give you 3 full ripened kiwis for only 10 mira. Just be sure to eat them all before the day's out. How about it? They make for a great late night dessert.
Kiwi, tasty.
Ooh, nice workout there today, Karina. I think you just earned yourself a little evening drink. Maybe I'll stop by Lao Chao's place and pick up some of my fancy stuff before heading back.
Okay. Oh?
You know, I was thinking of asking your mother...
Wait. Which one is Trout? The big guy? You know, I was thinking of asking your mother to make wongola pasta for dinner tonight. But I just can't think up a good dish to have with it.
How about fried fish?
That's an entree, sweetie, not a side. Still, it does your old man proud to know you've always got fish on the mind. This young little sproutling there is gonna be a great fisher. Oh, now the names are properly... Okay, whatever.
I bet wongola pasta and fried fish will go great together.
Oh, but we close up shop, head home and find out then. We wouldn't want to keep your mother waiting. First I will buy...
As fresh can be.
Grilled salmon. Alright, damage up. Fresh flesh grilled salmon. Say that a couple of times quick.
Don't you just adore the way jewelry glistens in the moonlight? It's enough to have the wares simply brimming with confidence. Why not make a purchase and see for yourself?
Sure, no. That taco. Ooh, a dinner at the Center Marsh after a long shift at work is simply incomparable. The offerings are so diverse that you can easily find something that suits your fancy on any given day. To say that's half the reason I do business here in the first place would be no overstatement.
Hey there, folks. You're just in time for our nightly meat bonanza.
Nightly meat bonanza, excuse me?
The heck with turning a profit. I need everybody to help me get my inventory out of this stall and into their stomachs.
What can I get for you?
Soul Chef beef? Yum. Oh hey, there's Kyle. Never mind, he's not at the river. I'm thinking of going out for some night fishing. I don't want anything distracting me from the catch, so I plan on filling my stomach here at the marsh beforehand. Come to think of it, Makina and Shannon have been getting a lot more comfortable with their rods lately. Maybe it's time I taught them how to do some night fishing on their own. Cool. Okay, random female reporter?
So that's the eponymous proprietor of Gatu the Dune. He certainly isn't short in enthusiasm.
Huh. Oh shit, the cat brigade. Tiger. Uh-huh.
Tiger seems a bit down in the mouth somehow.
Well, he did get flat out rejected not too long ago.
The little guy's more sensitive than he looks, huh? Oh, poor guy. He's moping.
Okay.
His friends are trying to cheer him up.
I can't get enough of this heavenly scent.
My goal is to become a barista like Mr. Ward. I've even been getting one-on-one coffee brewing lessons from him. He really is too good to me.
Nice. Hey there, bud. Some customers will tell me that drinking coffee too late in the day keeps them awake at night. That varies from individual to individual, however. Others say they actually sleep better after having a cup. My recommendation would be to add a generous portion of milk to a light roast. Doing so keeps its stimulating effects to a minimum without compromising the soothing aroma. This will allay your fatigue while still allowing for peaceful slumber. I highly suggest giving it a try.
Welcome. Thank you for coming.
Rich espresso cures ailments. Ooh. Wollum's signature espresso, the best of coffee all in a single shot. To be fair, as I drink...
Stop by again.
Jesus Christ. As I drink coffee all the time myself, I can vouch for the fact that, yes, I will fall asleep even after drinking coffee. But that's just me. One of the regulars here insists that cafe lattes and the like are the only acceptable forms of coffee. The owner is the lenient sort, so I hold my tongue around him, but the very idea reeks of ignorance. Shut up.
You know that man who's always sitting at the counter? He keeps claiming that coffee should be black and nothing else. But if you ask me, coffee that isn't sweet doesn't even deserve a passing sip.
These two. Oh hey! A familiar face.
I just feel like there's a limit to how much information I can get in Edith. Anyway, have you found anything over in Oracion?
Yeah, it's just like you said. Something weird is happening with the stock market.
But it's different from what happened last year, right? When the Quincy Company and Etva's prices crashed. From what I remember, Valis Investment Bank was the one that came to their rescue.
Exactly. It's not like their reputation was at an all-time high, but the people's faith in them has basically plummeted. However, I've actually noticed a new player in the market recently. There's this one investor. He's been buying up all sorts of property in the Republic, even in Edith.
So that's what was affecting the market?
Yeah, if he hadn't said something in the first place, I probably wouldn't have picked up on it. I kind of thought it was just a lucky guess, but you've got some real journalistic instincts, don't you?
Well, I did have a little help. But anyway, why don't you tell me the name of the investor?
I would, but all I have are his initials.
It sounds like Marielle's been pretty busy lately.
What are his initials? Boy, Marielle's natural instincts and, Marielle's natural instinct and dogged? Is it dogged or dodged? Dogged? Thirst? Whatever. For scoops really catch me off guard sometimes. But they also stoke my competitive spirit as an RG reporter. I'm gonna keep looking into this through my own investigative channels. What are the initials? You are foreshadowing shit!
Oh, hi Agnès. Come out on town with the substitute Spriggans. I heard about how you handled today's incident at the academy, by the way. Mind if I get an interview later? As nice as that sounds, we'll have to pass. Aw, well okay. You must be pretty busy anyway, if you're still at it this late at night. As for me, I just got a lead on this case I've been,
I guess it's dogging.
Dogging for a while. Thanks to Ferdinand here. Now comes the part where I really have to work my butt off. You guys hang in there too, okay?
Alright, you guys are foreshadowing shit. Oh, it is, it is Frederica, okay. Oh, wait, James. Oh shit, it's the other self-important guy. I can't believe Ronald would do something so stupid.
Was he really the one behind today's bomb threat?
Don't act like you didn't know already, especially considering how close your families are. Can only imagine how much his dad paid you to turn a blind eye to all this. Everyone involved needs to be held responsible for his actions, including you.
I can't say I disagree. I mean, the fact that I overlooked his behavior during my time as a student council president, I have no excuse for what I've done.
Sorry, I shouldn't have blown up on you like that. I know you've already paid more than enough for his mistakes.
Perhaps, but regardless, what Ronald did was a crime, and he will not be escaping the consequences this time. Frederica, so that's how she views the situation. I think I understand why she's so jealous of Ren now. She probably doesn't want to admit Ren's doing a better job.
Gotta keep her pride intact somehow. Yup. That idiot ignored my calls just for this?
You're a bit of a spitfire, James.
Spitfire? Like the plane? Alright, kinda. Let's see.
Oh, thanks for coming, Agnès. I guess Van's still out of town, huh? Unfortunately, yes, but we should be able to handle anything that needs doing while he's away. That said, you had something you wanted to ask regarding Lashkar, right? Yeah, he's been working part-time at the Center Marsh recently. I'm sure you've heard that he's trying to become a bracer again, right? Ever since what happened to Kreia Village, I thought he'd cooled off on the idea, but last week he started acting a little different. And today I just can't figure out where he went.
Kaina and Lashkar, they're both from Kreia Village, but managed to keep from getting caught up in the disaster.
Yeah, trauma doesn't always get better with time, at least not easily. Kaina, I'm sure you must be terribly worried about him. I'd like to know more about what's been going on with Lashkar lately. Do you think you could give us some more information? Well, first, you remember how out of control he was last year, up until the Revolution Festival, right? Yes, I remember. He had so much pent-up anger that he used to pick fights with the local thugs. Then at the beginning of the year, he started living with me. And he actually started making some friends around the Center Marsh. I thought he had finally calmed down. But a little more than a week ago, no, maybe a little before that even, he started running off at night. It's almost like he's worse now than he was before. He'll even start crying sometimes, completely out of nowhere.
Oh god. Oh boy.
He sounds pretty unstable. And on top of everything else, he came home injured yesterday. I tried asking him about what was going on, but he refused to talk. He just ran off again. Ever since then, I really am bad at this, aren't I? And to think I'm supposed to be the one adult he can rely on. Please, if there's anything you can do to help him...
I hope you realize this isn't all on you.
We still don't quite have enough info to go on though, which means it might take some time to investigate. What do you want to do, Aggie? Let me think.
Oh, we're taking it on. A Grey and Chaos, and they both have 2 arrows. Okay. I wonder if he's starting to hang out with the other group of gang members. Let's see.
Yes, we'll take the case. I'm not about to leave Lashkar to suffer through his feelings alone. Thank you so much. I'm so glad I asked you for help.
We're still short on info though. I guess we'll just have to start asking around.
Right, let's look for people he has regular contact with and see if they know anything. Maybe someone over at the chapel can help. Actually, he's been spending a lot of time talking to Yazan from the Center Marsh recently. Yazan has ways of getting bits and pieces of news from the underground. Lashkar was talking to him a lot back when he was getting into fights. I see. I guess the only other place worth looking would be the guild. Yeah, he spent a lot of time there last year to help out. I think he was just looking for somebody to talk to. I know there were some bracers there that cheered him up a little though. Then it sounds like the Bracer Guild may have some useful information as well. Yeah, thank you again. I know he's in good hands. Alright, let's get investigating.
RSPG time!
Alright. Oh, you have more.
My life has been upended too, but that doesn't give me a free pass on this. I should have tried harder to understand how Lashkar was feeling and take his worries seriously. You guys will bring him back safe and sound, right? Let me know what's going on with him when you find out. Then I can apologize and promise that I'll really be there for him this time.
You'll do fine. Okay, so that's our destination. Oh yeah, the weapon guy.
One sec.
Let's see. Lashkar, huh? Yeah, he's been by my place a few times in the past. I'd like to ask about stuff going on in the criminal underworld. Can't count how many times I told him not to get involved in all that mess.
I see. It sounds like he's been up to a lot lately. Was there anything about him that seemed different? We heard he started acting a little strange about a week ago.
Unfortunately, I haven't seen him around in a few days. But you said this started a week ago? That's about all that kinda could tell us, yeah. Do you know if anything happened to him around that time? Well, about 10 days ago I heard talk about some people from the Central East have been up to something. Got ties to the underworld too. Of course, it's just a rumor, but I figure it's something you might want to be aware of.
Interesting. There's no clear connection, but it couldn't hurt to keep it in mind. A mysterious crime ring up. Sounds pretty shady.
We don't know if they've got anything to do with Lashkar though. For right now, it's just one more possible lead. Okay.
That was certainly an interesting conversation, although I can't really say we have more information than what we started with. We should talk to some more people before we rush into a decision.
Okay. So the next stop is gonna be... Oh, we're going through all the places. Okay, Station Street. Oh shit, hi Zin. Oh, it's you guys. Heard you had a few problems to deal with today. There was a bomb threat over at Aramis, right? Something to do with a grudge. Well, I'm glad it was taken care of before anyone was hurt.
You seem to be awfully well informed of the matter. I guess information moves pretty fast in the guild. Hey, got any more details on that big brain of yours?
Sorry, but we left most of the investigating to the police. Yeah, unfortunately, we have our own issues to worry over. If only we had more answers. Their own issues? Wonder what's going on.
And it looks like Elaine's out as well. Well, it's not our problem. I say we just see ourselves out.
Oh, it's gonna become your problem. They're foreshadowing you. We've had to do a lot of running around lately, so taking care of the capital has been left to our juniors. If only Thee were here. Well, they're doing fine for the moment, and I'm sure that's thanks to your group as well. Thanks, Jin. Oh, shit, wait. Topic.
Do you have a moment?
Lashkar, huh? Yeah, I figured you'd be on the case before long. Is this the case I think it is?
I'm assuming the guild is working on it too.
I knew Lashkar had connections to at the guild, but this is way more help than I thought he'd get. Well, sorry to disappoint, but we're actually still waiting to hear back about him ourselves. We have someone hard at work on Lashkar's case right now, so we're leaving it up to him for the moment. Oh god, no, is it who I think it is? Oh, okay.
Oh, glad to hear the Edith branch is already on the job. It figures that Elaine's guild would be so on the ball. But who's this person you've got working on Lashkar's case?
A young bracer named Gray. Oh, never mind, Gray. Lashkar's been talking with him a lot since the beginning of the year. He started noticing some changes in the boy before anyone else, so he went and took the initiative to investigate.
Is there any way you could share any of the info he collected with us?
Well, I don't see why not. Working together would probably be more efficient anyway. I kind of didn't expect you to agree so quickly. The documentation we got from Van mentioned that we'd be unlikely to get much help from the guild. That kind of tricks ticks me off, to be honest. He wrote that down because he doesn't want you to interact with the guild because he has a... Whatever. Well, regardless, you'll find no objections from me.
We really appreciate it. So, has Gray had anything to report?
Well, as I'm sure you know by now, the boys reverted to the way he was before, driven by anger and thoughts of vengeance. A particular concern is a fight he had with a delinquent several years older than him. Beat the man halfway to Sunday.
Holy shit, what?
He took on somebody older than him and won? Yup, and apparently the guy even told Gray that he was way stronger than any other kid he'd seen.
Oh, he definitely ran into either the other delinquent group and they gave him the leftover drugs that they were using, the stimulants, or he somehow got them from the underworld and that's boosting him. Oh god. Oh, that's gonna be bad.
Seemed like it was just a matter of technique, either.
Seems like it wasn't just a matter of technique either.
We believe he's using something to make him more powerful than normal.
Given the short time frame, I'd find it hard to believe that he's received any form of training either. I think the most likely cause is he's using some sort of drug.
Yes, we came to the same conclusion. However, we still don't have any information on how he obtained these drugs, or who he received them from. Naturally, the guild cannot afford to let this continue. We've told Gray to put everything he has into this case.
Wow, this turned out to be a bigger issue than I thought it'd be. Yeah, we need to find Lashkar as soon as possible.
By the way, Gray also mentioned the possibility that Lashkar has been having meetings with an unknown third party. Once we can identify that individual and their whereabouts, we'll head back out in another attempt to locate Lashkar. I actually have to deal with another job at the moment, but I plan to help with the search when I get some free time. Anyway, don't push yourselves too hard out there, okay?
Yes, sir. Thank you for sharing what you could with us. We really appreciate it. That was certainly an interesting conversation, although I can't really say we have more information than what we started with.
Okay, talk to more people. I get it. Huh. Very interesting. Also, Gray is one of those characters that in the last game was kinda foreshadowed with a bit of lore, but not too much. Like, stuff was being hinted at. So I'm expecting this game to dive into his background. Anyway.
There was a particular sister that I had grown close to in the past. Although she was of Central Eastern descent, she joined a Western-style church. But then a nuclear weapon... I can still hardly believe it. I must remain strong for her younger brother.
Right, now tell me about that.
One sec.
Let's hear it.
Oh, this is about Lashkar, isn't it? To be honest, I've been worried about him myself. The boy's been torn up over his hatred for Almata recently. It's almost like he's gone back to his old self. You really think he's declined that much? I thought he'd finally started to recover. There must have been something that triggered his change in attitude. Do you have any idea of what that could be? Well, I imagine it had something to do with Nero.
Nero? Was that a friend of his?
No, it was the name of a cat that one of the little girls in Cray was taking care of. I assume he must have been lost in the explosion then. Most like...
What was happening to your hair, Agnès?
Most likely yes, but regardless, Lashkar's been determined to find him ever since.
Yeah, that's the cat, I think, wandered into the city. I think it survived.
That's what eventually led to him happening upon another cat that looked just like him.
Oh.
I'll never forget the look on his face when he said maybe Nero made it out alive after all. He couldn't be convinced otherwise. Now that I think about it, I feel like he has mentioned something about a cat before. But I've got a feeling that one he found wasn't actually Nero, huh? Unfortunately not. The pattern on his fur was strikingly similar, but it was a completely different cat. Once Lashkar came to realize that, his temper flared up again.
Oh boy. So the reality he was trying to ignore came back to bite him in the end.
Honestly, I can't help feeling that we failed the poor thing, failed to save him from his internal torment. If we're to have any hope of helping him this time, we'll need to treat him much more seriously than we did before. Oh, I agree. Once we find him, I hope we can count on you and the rest of the chapel to look after him again. While we're still on the subject though, have you noticed anything else odd going on in relation to Lashkar? Yeah, I get the feeling the whole Nero thing isn't what pushed him over the edge. There's gotta be something else we're missing. Actually, I did hear an interesting tidbit from a few of the
Parishioners
recently. Apparently, Lashkar's been roaming around Riverside at night. From what I understand, he came here even on days when he doesn't have Sunday school, but he's never seen going into any of the other businesses.
I doubt he'd come out here just to goof off. The question is, where was he headed?
I can't say for certain, but I've heard he's been spending time under the bridgeways along the river. Some other unseemly types have been around these areas lately, which makes me all the more worried. Thank you again for all your help, Mother Kyra. The details you shared should definitely help us track him down. Of course, if it gets Lashkar home safe, I'm happy to help. Oh, Arusha, may Lashkar be blessed by your grace, and may you grant Agnès and her friends your guidance and protection.
Okay.
Well, I believe we've spoken to everyone familiar with Lashkar. I think we have a pretty good handle on what's going on now. Me and S had a few ideas already, but you really helped us narrow them down, Aggie. You're just as quick on the uptake as Van said you were. You really think so?
Anyway, let's go back over everything one more time so we can figure out our next steps. Okay. Time to puzzle it together. Well, I think we have enough info to piece together what Lashkar has been up to.
Yes, however, we still don't fully understand what brought about the change in his mental state, or why someone's attempting to take advantage of him. Well, at the very least, we know that he's been meeting up with an individual under the bridge, with an individual under the bridges. That's our best lead right now. Yeah, the lady at the chapel said he'd been wandering around Riverside, right? And hasn't there been a lot of dangerous activity lately by the underground maintenance tunnel? That's right. I have a feeling that's where Lashkar's been heading off to. Especially considering what the Bracer Guild told us about the possibility of drugs being involved. However, while we know Lashkar's been spotted in the area, nobody's actually seen him entering the underground maintenance tunnel. The area is incredibly inconspicuous though. I have a feeling we have the right place. Yeah, Riverside as a whole seems like a pretty convenient location for whoever Lashkar's dealer is too. Don't you think so, Aggie? Sounds like you're already one step ahead of me, Nadia. But you're right. Yazan mentioned there were people from the Central East with ties to the criminal underground after all. If that's who pushed Lashkar into this, it would explain the meeting place. The chapel he goes to is here in Riverside, and there are more Central Eastern here than in other districts.
Which means it'd be easier for them to blend in. That explains why they're so willing to do this stuff in public.
At any rate, we should check out the underground maintenance tunnel and see if we can find any more leads. I'm with you all the way, Aggie. And if anybody is down there, I should be able to sense them, no problem.
Yeah, it can't hurt to do a little reconnaissance. Let's go take a look. Alright. We're going to the underground. There's a child's footprint. There's a child's footprint. Footprints here? Footprint. Footprints? Footprints here. They look fresh. Anything on your end, Nadia?
I'm not really picking up anything. But looking at the map, this tunnel's pretty long, isn't it? It's hard to get a clear reading of the inside when we're all the way out here.
Huh? Aren't you guys? Oh hey, it's Gray.
Gray? What are you doing here?
So it is you, Agnès. And these must be the two substitute spriggans filling in for Van. Hazel told me you guys would be helping out with Lashkar's case. I'm surprised that you already managed to sniff this place out. Seems Van trained you guys well.
Actually, I think we just got lucky, because the information everyone gave us was so helpful. All we had to do was narrow down his location. I was hoping we might be able to track down the person Lashkar's been meeting with as well.
Huh? Wait a second. I thought you guys knew he was inside already. Oh?
What? Did you follow them here?
Yeah, I managed to puzzle out when they'd be meeting so that I could tail one of them. It's been about 30 minutes since Lashkar first entered. I'd bet anything he's meeting with whoever his dealer is right now. My hope was to secure their meeting place, expose whoever's behind this, and get Lashkar back home.
So we're using Lashkar as bait to pin down their ringleader?
That's a little surprising, considering the kid's so fond of you, I mean. From a risk management perspective, I made the best decision I could. If all I did was put a stop to Lashkar's meeting with the dealer, the larger issue wouldn't just disappear.
Well, I guess that seems reasonable enough. Not the kind of thing I expect from a bracer, though. I understand where you're coming from, but for right now, are you willing to give us a hand?
Of course, I don't have any problem working with you guys. I plan to make my move soon, though. Once you're ready, let's start making our way in.
Me and us are ready when you are, Aggie.
This might take a while. I doubt we'll be able to come back out for supplies either. Just something you might want to take into account.
Right. Let me think here.
Let's go.
I'm ready. Let's get going. This might be the only chance we get to save Lashkar.
Alright, let's head in. Time to dungeon crawl, huh?
I had a feeling we wouldn't find anyone. Actually, I'm sensing someone further in. This tunnel has a pretty complicated layout, though. I can't make out very much.
And myself was not detecting anything other than monsters in the vicinity. If we stop to look around right now, it'll just eat up time. Let's wait until we're further in. Yeah, there is no time to waste. What do you say we take the shortest route we can to the far end? I'm sure we can handle anything that comes up along the way.
Good idea. Let's hurry.
What are they planning to do by bringing him in here anyway? Just what are they after? And why Lashkar? It just doesn't... is something wrong?
Nope, I was just thinking about how you seem a little unusual for a bracer. You fell for Lashkar, listened to his troubles, and even now, your main focus is on saving him. Kinda feels like you can really relate to him, to the little guy, which would mean you've been through a lot yourself.
Oh, is this Lashkar quest gonna lead to Grey lore? I'm just trying to do what I can to help. I mean, he's counting on me, so I have to keep him from making the same mistakes I did. Oh yeah. Nadia, what's wrong?
Oh, nothing. Just having a little chit-chat is all. We're coming.
Agnès a bit confused. Oh. Oh shit, no matter, doesn't matter, these are not gang members, these are military men. Are these Northland Jaegers? Nice work out there, kid. How are you feeling? Your body getting used to it yet? Holy eye glow. Hi. Oh, you are under the influence. Yeah, it feels good. I can get as angry as I want. I can hate as much as I want, and it fills me with power. I get stronger the more I think about them. The ones who murdered everyone in my village. Looks like he's making it to even better than we... Looks like he's taking to it even better than we expected. In that case, we should be able to up his dosage. You know, I wasn't expecting much from the rumors at first, but this kid's got some pretty serious rage built up inside. Yeah, I got a real nose for talent, Commander Javid. Especially to find a kid like this among a bunch of peace-loving rubes like the ones here in Calvard. What makes you say that? It's pretty easy to spot talent in the Blacklight district, don't you think? At least easier than spotting it on the battlefield. Letting this kid fade into oblivion would have been the real tragedy if you ask me. If you raise him right, he'll make for a hell of a warrior. If I get stronger, I can do anything. Otherwise, I can't. I couldn't protect. Yes, think of that hatred as your fuel. Seems I was right to have high hopes for you. And it looks like our visitors have finally arrived. Or did you think we wouldn't notice? Oh, okay, never mind. Skip the entire underground area. We're going straight for the goal. These guys must be part of that one Jaeger group from the Central East. The Scorpions of Zahat. Oh, never mind. They're Jaegers from the east, not Northern Jaegers. I'm surprised they noticed us. Guess the rank of captain still means something even in C-tier Jaeger groups.
True, even if they did get knocked out of last year's death game in the first round.
The group dispatched to Arasian was one of our least skilled units. You'll be wise not to conflate them with the best we have to offer. But that little mishap did force us to reflect on increasing the strength of our military prowess.
Huh? What are you doing here? This is none of your concern. Lashkar? What have you done to him? They really have been giving him enhancement drugs. They seem different from the ones Almata were using, though.
Don't get the wrong idea. He came to us with nowhere to go, seeking power and tormented by loneliness. All we did is give him the means to convert those feelings into the power he has so desperately wanted. Enough! You really think you can get away with manipulating a child into taking narcotics? I'm offended you put our herb on the same level as that poison Almata like to dole out. See, in our homeland, there aren't any laws that prohibit its use, so it hardly seems fit to judge by your standards, don't you think? And you wanna know something funny? It's not illegal in Calvard either.
Is this really what you want, Lashkar? I thought you wanted to be a bracer so that you could protect Annie. Whatever happened to that little boy? Is this what his idea of strength is?
But back then, it couldn't protect anyone. I understand why you want to drown in your hatred. Maybe I understand better than anyone else. But even if you were to accomplish what you hope to do with it, you'd never be able to feel pride for what you've done.
He's right, you know. Getting that kind of power as a child is a way of haunting people for the rest of their life. I've seen a lot of kids broken because of it. I can't say it's something I recommend.
Right, this isn't the type of power you want. It'll end up swallowing you whole. There's a strength beyond all the suffering you're feeling, but it's one you'll have to find for yourself.
Yeah.
Oh? They're coming through to him. If that's all it took to throw him off, then maybe the kid really was a waste of time. It's not that simple. He's just feeling conflicted. If we can show him that the path we've laid out for him is one of true power, then he'll find his resolve. I'm like about to pummel you guys into the ground. I guess that means we've got to prove we're right then. Agnès, I'll look for an opening and try to pull Lashkar out of there. Can you three draw their fire until I get to him?
Understood. We'll do our best. Just be careful, okay? We were given a job, and we're not leaving here until we finish it. Lashkar's coming with us.
Destroy them!
Oh boy. Well, the little grunts are little grunts.
We're doing good.
We're doing good. We didn't do shit yet. Meteoric gravity. Let's see this. You're not gonna get a turn before that in, huh? That's fine. That's fine. Time to boost. Ow, missed. Ow.
My turn.
Okay. Your turn. Well... That's not gonna hit a lot of them. That's for one person.
Keep it up, it's working.
Keep it up, it's working. I haven't done shit yet, I'm thinking. Let's do this. Can I tag them all? Can I tag you all? Eh.
We got this in the bag.
Activating skill!
Take this. Let's
That's
do
fine.
this.
Let's do this. Let's go back here and do it.
I'll end this now. Cross. Diver.
Oh, yes. Yeah, sadly that whiffed. Ow.
I'm mad.
Now you're mad. And now you're missed. Ow. Ow.
Initializing
Heal
drive.
you. Thanks a million.
Let's do this.
Thanks a million? Thanks a million?
There we go.
Critical heal? You son of a bitch. Oh, hey. Chance. Chance. I can see meteoric gravity. Let's go.
It's up to you, Agnès.
Okay. That looked cool.
Now. I believe in you,
Activating skill!
Now.
There we go. Well, you guys are pushovers. Not even proper XP. You're all stronger than I thought. I suppose I underestimated you.
You're right. We are strong. Even without Van, we're fully capable of putting a stop to your schemes.
Captain, the kid's gone! What? Don't try to call foul now. A feint is a valid strategy in warfare. As Jaegers, I'm sure you know that all too well. Damn it, we failed. And after all the times I told you to keep an eye on your sixes.
Nice job, Gray.
You know, you're not half bad.
Ever consider becoming an assassin?
Maybe he was one?
Now that Lashkar's safe, there's no need to stay here any longer.
Well, we're booking it out of here. You think you can run from us? Pincer them on both flanks. Yes, sir. Oh shit. Oh, he has a gun.
Oh, how considerate. You must be a real hit with the ladies. Not that I have eyes for anybody but S, of course.
Enough talk, let's move. Okay. They're not following.
Lashkar, are you awake? Is the truck wearing off?
No, I can't.
Damn it. Damn it. I don't think the drugs are affecting him anymore, but he still seems pretty unstable. That's why he wanted an easy solution, a way to run away from it all. That's how they were able to reel him in.
He just has to keep moving forward. He needs to face what's going on inside him. No matter how difficult it may be. Yeah, but I really think he can do it. Even if he did have a bit of a stumble. Look out! Oh shit. An ambush! We'll never be able to hold off this many of them. That's a lot of them. Huh. It'll take an act of the goddess to turn the tide in your favor this time. So, what's it gonna be? Fight and risk death? Or hand the boy over and leave with your head still attached? Is it Jin or Elaine? Sounds more like Jin. I don't think so. You messed with the wrong kid, Scorpions. Okay. You did a bang-up job on your own, Gray. Now let us handle the rest. Oh, okay, never mind. It's the it's the B squad. You guys. Sorry you're late. Took us a little to put together what was going on.
Zin and Elaine had other business, but I figured we could spare the rest of the crew.
I can't believe the Scorpions of Zahad were behind all this. I'm sure you filled his head with all kinds of crap trying to turn him into one of your child soldiers. I don't think the guild would come out in full force. What do we do, Captain? We withdraw. It's too bad about the boy, but we have little choice. But really? Didn't you hear me? I said withdraw. It's time to cut the losses. We can't afford to waste resources right now.
Yes, sir.
Can't afford to waste resources right now, huh? You guys are planning something. Damn. Would have preferred to capture him, but they're fast little suckers.
Oh, hey, she's here as well. Oh, Lashkar, I'm so sorry I didn't realize what was happening.
Kinda?
Damn it all. Lashkar, do you think you've managed to calm down a little?
Calm down? What do you mean, calm down?
Me pretending to be calm was what led to all this. None of the adults understand. They all just think I'm sad or holding a grudge. But while I was just sitting around, all those Almata bastards were killed off. So why do I still feel so empty inside? Please somebody tell me why.
Well, the good old revenge doesn't really fill you.
I get it now. You were after revenge. You had all these feelings of anger and sorrow. And once it was over, everyone wanted to go right back to normal. Once I found out Nero was gone too, I just couldn't take it anymore. I thought if I could just run away from it all. So when those guys from Zahad started telling me their drugs could help me escape what I was feeling, and that I'd never lose anything ever again if I just got stronger, Lashkar, I know exactly what you're feeling. Being powerless, it's a... No, you don't! Grown-ups don't understand anything!
Hey, we understand a lot better than you think. I told you before, didn't I? We're the same. I lost my family to Almata too. All I could think about was revenge. But I found my way back. That's why I'm here now.
You lost your family?
Oh, here we go. Here we go. How are you connected to them, huh? How did...
I kind of figured it was something like that.
So he's finally come to terms with it.
Well, good for you, but but that's why I have to... Do you really think those people were your best chance? You want to be stronger, right?
But if it's true strength you're after, there's a better path for that. A path where no matter what style you choose, it'll be a strength you earned. A strength that's yours and yours alone. That's why that shortcut they promised can't hold a candle to what you can do on your own.
Even if it'll be a struggle to get there, you have plenty of time to find your way. You just have to be a bit patient while you look for it. That's how it was for me and S too. Right, I'm sure you'll find something that'll guide you in the right direction. And once you do, you'll make everyone in Cray Village proud, Annie included.
Oh, right, almost forgot. Ray handed Lashkar a handmade charm with the Bracer Guild's emblem on it.
This is the charm that Annie made for me.
At first I thought maybe you'd just forget about
about it, but now I realize this is what you were running from all along. Because if you didn't, you might remember the person you were, the real you. If your heart still aches at the sight of it, that's a sign that you haven't given up yet. It's not too late, Lashkar. We can move forward. Together. Aww. Aww. Jesus Christ. The poor kid. I hope this will put him finally on the proper path. Once Lashkar had settled down, the group decided that bringing him back to the guild would be the best option. Due to Lahat's familiarity with the drug that was used, he was able to treat Lashkar's symptoms quickly and efficiently. Thankfully, the substance had only been administered a handful of times. Lashkar was expected to make a full recovery. Good. Jesus. Both Jin and Elaine were concerned for the boy and rushed back to the guild upon hearing news of his situation. So, that's what happened, huh? Well, looks like Gray ended up being the right man for the job after all. Glad you were able to rescue the kid before it was too late. I must commend the rest of you for coming to his aid as well. Your arrival seems to have played a pivotal role. And of course, Agnès, Svin, Nadia, thank you again for all your support. Of course, we would never turn a blind eye to Lashkar or any resident of Cray Village, for that matter. Furthermore, it's our duty to help others in Van's stead. Honestly though, we wouldn't have made it very far without a certain bracer in training laying the groundwork for us. I just did what everyone else would do. Besides, I'm the one that... Personally, Lahat was the one who impressed me the most. How did you learn to detox someone like that? Never really thought of you as the brainy type. What, you thought I was just some meathead? See, in the Central East it's not uncommon to run into people using drugs and herbs like that. When I was stationed at the guild there, they did a pretty good job of drilling us on all the basic treatment methods. Okay, Elgato, please don't give me those scares. That being said, we've only treated his symptoms. He'll need to be examined later by an actual doctor. Won't going to a doctor give him a record for doing drugs though? Yeah, I could see that being an issue for any background checks in the future. For most people, it's a good opportunity for rehabilitation, but for Lashkar, it'll just make it harder for him to get back on the straight and narrow. That's true. We'll need to remember to keep his future in mind when making any further decisions. Oh, this is the decision, huh? A normal hospital or Isabel? Oh. Yeah, having drugs on his resume would probably be bad for him in the future. Okay, buddy, I'm willing to bet on you, Isabel. I'm willing to bet on you that you will catch yourself now. Do you think we should let Isabel treat him in secret? That way his record will be kept clear. Damn. The doctor from the Blacklight district. I've heard she does good work, but... What? You must be joking. How could we trust him to some back alley doctor? Take it easy, Elvis. In spite of where she's from, I can at least vouch that she is a fairly competent doctor. Still, you must have a pretty good reason if you're willing to suggest something like that to us. I do. I want Lashkar to face up to his mistakes. As we mentioned, taking him to a normal hospital will result in him having a permanent mark on his record. But it won't actually affect him until he gets older. I worry that he won't learn his lesson. Oh, I get it. You think having him treated in the Blacklight district will act as a kind of wake-up call? A trial by fire,
That's surprising coming from you, Agnès. You might be right, though. Could be exactly what he needs at the moment. Not you too, Lahad. Elaine, say something to them. Surely you don't think this is a good idea?
Well, it's certainly not ideal, but she makes a good point. And as long as we have some safeguards in place, yes, it might be worth looking into.
The guild will handle any negotiations with Isabel. We'll raise the money for treatment too. However, that does mean we'll be the ones setting all the terms as well. We'll move forward with it as long as nobody has any objections. What do you say, little lady?
Yes, that sounds fine to me. I just want to help Lashkar get back to living a normal life again.
Understood. Let's go ahead and talk this over with Hazel. We'll get the ball rolling on everything.
Well, alright. I guess I'm willing to compromise. Thank you all for being so understanding. I suppose now the only thing left is to deal with Lashkar's emotional state. He's been drowning in his pain for so long. I think getting him to work through it all is going to be pretty difficult. Still, I have a feeling he'll be alright in the end.
Yeah, me too. He'll be fine as long as he's got people like Gray to sympathize with him. I think you might be overestimating what I'm capable of. I mean, it's not like I'm a therapist. Levy Arnold, a B-rank bracer stationed at the head branch in Le Mans. She was tasked with working undercover to gather intel. Uh-huh? Okay. Ooh, wait, Levy? A lot of her information was obtained by spying on Almata. Unfortunately, she was killed in the line of duty. She was your older sister, wasn't she, Gray? So that's what he meant. I'm actually not sure if the name sounds familiar. Huh.
We know you lied about your nationality and work history to get into the guild. And we know the reason why you were trying so desperately to enter the Republic. In fact, we've known for a while now. You wanted revenge.
That's what all that training was for. And all that digging through confidential info.
So that's why he understands how Lashkar feels.
You knew the whole time? Then why would you let me stay? I took advantage of my position to do so many horrible things. So what? Well, let's just say we spent a lot of time observing your behavior. I'm sure you realized it for yourself by now. But that grudge isn't the only thing that's been motivating you.
That's right. You continue to display a strong sense of both conscience and duty. Your actions don't lie. Kaina? Are you alright? Yes, I'm fine. I think I'm finally beginning to understand what Lashkar's been going through. I just want to thank you all for giving us another chance. Of course, this isn't something you should have to shoulder on your own. It takes a village, right? I've heard you've been keeping an eye on Lashkar for a while now. They told me you leapt into action as soon as you found him. Words can't express how grateful I am.
You're that Gray. You've done a lot for the people of Edith. So let me ask you this. Where do you want to go from here? Do you even need to ask? I want to keep moving forward, and I want to keep protecting the city. Well, if that's what you really want, then you better be prepared to work your ass off.
I feel like maybe I said something I shouldn't have. Everything's alright, yeah? You're fine, Kaina. Actually, you just did Gray here a pretty big favor. I'm glad we were here to help. Those two are going to be just fine.
Yeah, they'll get back on their feet in no time. But it probably wouldn't hurt to check in on them every now and then.
Yeah, I want to make sure their problems end with us. Solving problems isn't exactly what I'm known for, but it feels pretty good knowing we helped save a kid's future.
Aww.
All in a day's work. Reward deposited.
Well, this ended up very interesting. This will be very interesting to follow along in the future. Huh, only 1 point into chaos. I thought this would actually give 2 points for chaos. Ooh, this was definitely a trip. Okay, great. Again, thank you. You could never have saved Lashkar without your help. We could never have saved Lashkar without your help. And it also gave me a chance to face myself. Anyway, I won't let any of my previous work be in vain. I will move forward from this. For my seniors, for Lashkar, and for my sister. I plan on consulting with our headquarters on what to do with Gray. Well, as long as he is as passionate about bracer work as he was before, I'm sure he'll be fine. Maybe I should ask about them about the other thing while I'm there too. The other thing? Uh-huh. The other thing. Oh.
I really can't thank you enough for helping Lashkar. I'll make sure to keep a better eye on him from now on. Maybe I should talk to him about his worries too. I have a feeling we might have a few in common. Anyway, I may not be good at talking about feelings, but it's something we'll just have to learn.
Oh yeah.
He seems to be doing better. Still, we should probably give him some space.
He needs sleep. Right.
Okay.
I wanted to see very quickly if Gray's sister is someone I actually know or was an NPC you could meet in the older games, because I couldn't remember. She sounded familiar, but I was probably mistaking the name for someone else. Looks to be an NPC that was pretty much like Gray, just invented for, well, or brought in with the Daybreak games. Maybe there's gonna be more, we'll see. Do you have anything else to say? I'm really glad you guys got to Lashkar in time, but I can't help feeling like we could have done more to prevent it all. We probably should have paid more attention to the kid. Well, thankfully Gray made up for where we were lacking, and that gets him a gold star in my book. It'd probably be a good idea to have him work more with Lashkar in the future too. Yeah, those two should actually be put together as much as possible. They are gonna be very good for each other. Alright, we have a lot more shit to go through, so let's continue with the rounds here. Elam's been awfully chummy with Vasily lately. Well, that's fine. There was actually something else I've been worried about. Sometimes Elam can get a little caught up in new ideas. For example, this new venture of his feels like it's going to be more of an issue than it's been in the past. Uh-huh. Venture?
My grandma was finally discharged from the hospital. Her health was really on the decline last year. I figured she might be leaving us for good. That's why I asked Arkride Solutions for help in visiting her. But the thing, she'd actually improve.
You did? Now forgetting a sub-quest?
Anyway, thanks again for going through the trouble. It really means a lot to me. I'm glad to hear she's doing better. Man's not with us at the moment, but I'll be sure to tell him later.
I think I'm forgetting something.
My grandma was finally discharged from the hospital. Her health was really on decline last year.
Okay. Okay, same thing. Same thing. It's not a... No, it's not from this game. Okay, that has to be a side quest from the first one. I'm just not remembering. Oh god, the old guy's here again. We should also make sure to keep the view of Trion Mall in mind. Perhaps we should test it out. What do you think, Elam?
Yes, you're right. And if we were to hold an event on the roof,
The atmosphere would be quite compelling.
however, I have a feeling the equipment setup will present an issue. Still, I think it would be a good long way in boosting Western department stores' overall intrigue. If we try and think outside the box a little, I'm sure we'll be able to pull it off nicely.
Think outside the box? Do you think that's a little too vague? Well, I suppose nothing will change if we don't at least try. I'll see what we can do. What the hell are you two planning? You're right, I'll try to keep that in mind. At any rate, I'll be doing a little tour of Trion Mall today. Perhaps I'll have something that could give me a bit of inspiration. As for Whether or not we'll be able to make their strategies work for ourselves, well, I suppose that's the real question, isn't it? Oh, your guys are trying to compete with 3 on Mall. As long as they're willing to change with the times, a manager can always put the play to their store's strengths. Nostalgia has its uses, but you need to let go of the past eventually. The future holds so many new opportunities after all. Actually, I'm in the planning stages for my next venture project right now. We're still brainstorming, but I'm sure my next great idea is right around the corner. Okay. Mistress, I think it might be best if you forget about that establishment. Perhaps I can show you a more interesting spot in exchange. Huh?
Okay.
What did she stumble upon?
We went sightseeing with a couple that was quite familiar with the area last year. They managed to show us places that weren't even on a map. Oh, what was that place we went to? I would love to see it again.
Oh, I remember, she's talking about the underground area. Oh yeah, right. She wants to go back there. Oh shit.
I was just testing to see if I can synchronize my laptop's writing software with my T-phone. If it works, I'll be able to write even when I don't have my laptop on me. The amount of time that could save. I'll be able to complete all my reports in no time. Maybe I'll even finish this one earlier than I thought.
Remote work?
My list of interests has expanded rather significantly lately. That's why, in addition to my studies, I've been considering submitting a short essay for one of the Institute's competitions. And now that the T-phone allows me to use all my free time and travel time to work, I should have no problem getting it done.
Uh-huh. Nice. The light is a bit off in here, I feel. It feels like this light is supposed to be representative of sunlight, but it's kind of, you know, night and moonlight. Anyway. Hey, congratulations, you two are alive.
Well, if it isn't Agnès and friends. Odette and Albert, what are you two doing out so late?
God, I'm looking at the pancakes and I want pancakes now. We wanted to meet up to go over today's events.
Yeah, thanks to all your hard work today, you three. A little birdie told me you guys were doing some investigating when you noticed the bomb.
If it weren't for you, there's no telling just how many people could have been injured. Injury is the least of your worries, buddy. Injury is the least of your worries. We've seen what happened to you two. So really, thank you very much. I can be grateful for your job this time, at least, Agnès. Of course.
Yeah, it was no sweat. We are just gonna make triple sure Van rewards us when he gets back.
Before I forget, we had something we wanted to pass on to the two of you.
Oh yeah, it was a list of all the clubs participating in the festival, along with what kind of activities they plan on doing. I know you guys transferred here mid-semester, so I figured it might help you gain your footing a bit. I didn't think I'd see you after school, so I actually left it at my desk. I'll just give it to you tomorrow. Wow, that's so nice of you. Can't wait to see what all the clubs are doing. Thanks, Daddy Bird.
Oh, I forgot. Daddy Birdie. Yeah, I really appreciate it.
Wait, back up. Did you just call me Daddy?
Why does it seem like we've already had this conversation? Oh, this is wild. They have deja vu, despite the fact that they obviously shouldn't know this. They weren't exposed to the rewind. Well, they shouldn't be exposed to the rewind, unless it's kind of like extending to other people lightly.
Albert still has some of his memories. Well, I guess that's alright. Everything should still be on track.
Okay.
I'm gonna have to pay attention to if they start talking about having some weird dreams about them dying or some shit. I was awfully impressed by how Miss Toa dealt with that incident. Being able to deal with issues under duress isn't a skill everyone has, after all. Maybe she's been in worse situations in the past. Yes, she was an airship captain and a military leader. and quite a lot of stuff.
Oh, I wonder when Ren's coming back. I know I've grown a lot from not being able to lean on her all the time, but there's just so much work.
Okay. Oh god, these two.
Hey, look at this. Someone just posted a special expose on Nina Fenley. Oh, I didn't know you could get stuff like that on your T-phone. Now I really want one. She's so cute in that pic though. Honestly, that natural beauty aesthetic she's got going completely sets her apart from the other celebs. Yeah, no kidding. She might not be as much of a glitz and glamour girlie as Judith is, but what she's doing works just as well. Her acting's supposed to be pretty good too, but honestly I think her looks really speak for themselves. Totally! Oh, and her hair looks so silky. Like seriously, give me a list of all her hair products. All people ever talk about is how good Nina's acting is, but don't you think she's like picture perfect too? I mean, she's practically a doll. I need all her skincare tips stat. You know, I used to buy celeb tabloids all the time, but now all the hottest goss is up on the OrbitalNet. Probably because the T-phone's been so popular lately. Man, things really got it all, huh?
Okay.
Uh-huh. Yeah, that's what social media will be and do to you. I'll be graduating soon, so I've started applying to all sorts of vacancies in Edith. I keep getting lost on the bus though, so I end up getting to my interviews too late. But this guy, he's really appropriately named Clutch. But I won't let it stop me. I just have to add time spent being lost to my schedule from now on. Good planning ahead. Oh, Woody. Take that, Ronald. Lockup's a good look for you, bastard. Eat dirt. What?
I remember him from 2 years ago. It sounds like he's got quite a grudge against Ronald too.
Mm-hmm.
Guess the news has already made the rounds.
Obviously, I don't have all the details, but this seems a little harsh. Nah, that's appropriate.
Go.
That's appropriate.
Alright, that's the shopping done. Tonight's dinner should be wonderful. So I'm sure it'd be even nicer with my husband around. Life can be so boring without him.
Ladies and gentlemen,
Come to think of it,
your attention,
that
please.
girl I used to speak with, Beth, was it? It's been a while since I've seen her.
On the roof of this
Oh,
building,
she's around,
you
don't
will
worry.
find a rest area surrounded by greenery.
Did something happen in Langport? A lot of their trade companies seem to be having issues lately. I'm a bit worried it'll start affecting our supply of important foods. Although I suppose we should be alright for the moment.
Let me know if you need anything at all.
Canned ripe fruit. Uh-huh. Fruit picked at peak ripeness, preserved in syrup and sealed in a can.
Please come back anytime.
Yum yum yum. Oh hey, the replacement is still here. Lilianne's not here today, but I can still help you with whatever you need.
Attention, please.
He apparently went off to Langport to try and make deals with some other pharmacies.
On the roof of this building,
Sure.
you will find a rest
He also
area
said he'd be
surrounded
meeting
by
up with his
greenery.
family again, although he seemed a little conflicted about that part. Hi, speaking of Beth.
Oh man, I thought I'd finally nabbed myself a good guy too. Guess he was only playing with me. Why is my love life such a mess? Am I doing something wrong? Wait a second, is that Marguerite? Well, I guess that's not so strange, but to think we'd be shopping here at the same time.
Oh, just make peace with her. She was a good friend to you and a good influence.
Should I maybe go and talk to her?
Gentlemen,
It's not like I have any other friends. If only I hadn't doubled down after finding out I misunderstood
if you need
her.
fresh vegetables and ingredients that are
Well,
fresh
that's
and
where you go and talk to her and
look
figure
no
shit out.
further than
Oh, hey?
groceries.
I didn't think that blade would ever look good
Everyone
good
come
again.
see for yourself.
Well, I guess I should have expected this much from you, Sylvie. I'll never get tired of watching you work. Just so you know, I don't give out discounts for kindly praise. But can't say I don't appreciate it. Oh, before I forget, I just finished maintenance on one of your dad's guns. The Lieutenant Colonel's packing some serious firepower.
The Lieutenant Colonel?
Think you could take it back with you?
The Lieutenant Colonel? Who is your father?
Of course, leave it to me.
Okay. On the roof of this building.
Daddy's gun is all beat up, but that's just a testament to his skill in battle. My knife's got a few nicks here and there, but it's nowhere near his level yet.
What the shit is this family?
I've known Sigourney for a long time, since she was practically in diapers. Honestly, the girl's engaged in a lot of serious training regimes, but she doesn't really have much to show for it. That being said, you can really tell how hard she's working just by looking at her knife. You don't get nicks like that from wood carving.
It may be spring, but the nights are still far too cold. For times when the seasons are in a bit of a limbo, I always suggest layering up with your apparel. Of course, if you have any questions about doing so, I'd be more than glad to help you out. I'm fine, buddy.
We don't hold events at night very often, but a lot of our customers like to spend some time enjoying the evening breeze once they're done shopping. Hopefully I'll have this stand up and running soon so they can have something to snack on. Make sure to stop by next time too.
Will do.
No. I don't want to, and you can't make me. Don't be like that, Mina. Starting next month, you'll have to go to class without me. That sounds like fun, right? But I'll always be sure to pick you up at the end of the day. So, how about we do a little test? No, I don't want Mommy to leave. You have to stay with me forever. It's been a while since she's thrown a tantrum. I don't think this would be such a struggle.
Oh boy.
I decided to have Mina go through a few test runs of Sunday school recently. She was fine with it when I sat in front of her, sat in for her lessons, but she didn't want me to leave. Of course I can't come to all her classes. She's just going to have to get used to it. Is she maybe too young for this? I thought I'd remember being alright with it when I was a child.
You probably also had some tantrums.
So sleepy.
No, Mommy needs to be with me always.
Oh boy. Oh god, no. Buddy. Hey, don't ignore me. I'm telling you to step off your soapbox. I warned you about this last year, didn't I? If you refuse, I'll be forced to come back with a warrant.
Can we drown this guy?
My pure-blooded brothers and sisters of Calvard, take the time to remember what's been taken from you. Our identity as true citizens of Calvard has been tainted over the past century. We must come together to drive out these invaders. The future of our nation is at stake. Drown in the river right now.
Alright, that's work finished. And just in time for the final train too. That means I can start my trip to Langport without any worries. Well, at least until it's time for negotiations. Whatever, I'll make sure I live it up at the Eastern Theater tomorrow.
Oh, right, this is... before she goes there, okay. Alright, Trion Tower, what do you have? Here's your stepbrother. You're a real hapcat bringing a girl from a town to a happening spot like this. The view at night from the observatory is like nothing you've ever seen before. I bet a little jewelry box is gonna blow that little lady's mind.
Don't mention that or she'll figure it out. Still, I really can't thank you enough, sir. It was a lovely ride. We appreciate you recommending us all those places to visit too.
You'll also find
Oh, the butter sister. I'm just doing my job.
another various shops.
Lady Luck deserves all the credit for this once-in-a-lifetime drive. You ever need another lift, just give old Giordano a holler, you dig?
This year to sample a range of imported goods from the liberal.
Ask me, ferrying folks around ain't just a physical journey, but an emotional one too. Like this pair's cool cats.
To expensive wines, and even
Pyra?
assorted tomatoes. Please check it out.
But huh? Okay, that word is breaking my whatever. But I brought him over here. The bondage here came along for a ride. A car can connect two hearts together the same way it does two places. Now, if that ain't poetic, I don't know what is.
Are you still looking at phones?
You'll also find the Vern store.
Yeah, all that playing I did really wore me out. Wish we could go home now, but once Mom goes into the Vern store, she takes forever to come out. She just stands in front of the T-phones the whole time. Can't she hurry up already? T-phones. I just can't stop thinking about them. The mother of one of Bart's friends bought one recently. Honestly, they're really fascinating. My husband seemed to express some interest in it as well. Maybe we should talk to him about getting one.
Oh boy.
We've had more than a few customers asking about the T-phone today. Up to now, most mobile terminals, like the Arcus, could only be used by public officials and military personnel. Nobody really expected to have one for themselves. So that's why it's my responsibility to make sure they're properly introduced to the T-phone.
Yes. Kana's not here at the moment. Something came up apparently. But not to worry, I'm here to take all of her duties, so if you need any tinkering done, just say the word. Nice, take your replacement, man. Oh, hi.
Welcome to the Trion Mall.
Kana went home a short while ago. She was looking a bit worried though. I hope everything's alright. Maybe she can't stop thinking about Cray Village. If only there was something I could do to help her. Well, time and people.
Drop by the Vern store if you want to check out the hottest new commodity, the T-phone.
I wanted to get a case for my T-phone, so I figured I'd stop by the store on my way home. They apparently have earphones and device connectors on sale now too. Maybe I should look into buying some. After all, why not make the best of my T-phone experience? Oh, hey, hi. Well, you're at a familiar spot that keeps going around and around.
Oh, hello. Are you three still on patrol? I imagine that's because you're worried about what happened with Lashkar. And I suppose that's not even to mention what happened to Aramis. Can't say I blame you, but just remember, you're only teenagers. As adults, it's our job to make sure everything's under control, not yours. Given the nature of this job, you'd think Van would agree, but then he goes and brings 5 minors on board. By the way, aren't you guys from Elaine's alma mater? That's right. Oh yeah, guess we did hear something about Elaine graduating from Aramis, huh?
I think someone said you were even in Van's class too, and that you were both on the student council. Oh
no, we totally just ruined the vibe they had going.
Guess Van did say to be careful about bringing up the past around her.
He says all the right things, then runs away when things aren't convenient for him.
Welcome to the Trion Mall.
I suppose that's how he's always been though. Never was one to ask for help. Me for help. Is she drunk?
Also find the Vern store, a movie theater,
actually no, there's no alcohol in these. Well, boys will be boys, as they say. Just make sure to keep a tight hold on the reins. Yes, ma'am. Maybe I shouldn't have sounded so eager.
It's a cutting-edge piece of orbital
Ooh,
technology.
matters of the heart sure are complicated.
You won't want to miss it.
Alright. Let's just get out of here before she comes back to her senses.
Honestly. I've noticed Regina has been working awfully hard recently. As much as I appreciate her efforts, I'd rather not she stretch herself too thin. Of course, the same could be said to you as well. Don't forget, you're still only teenagers. If anything serious ever happens, make sure you call the guild before it gets too out of hand. Alright? Yes, ma'am, we will. Elaine has experienced rewinds before too, right?
Yeah, they've saved her more than once before. No need to involve her in what's going on now, though.
We can just hack it on our own with this one.
Well, to be fair, telling her would actually alarm her drastically.
Everything I know about Elaine's relationship with Van is from what other people have told me. Not that it's any of my business, of course. Anyway, why don't we move on to some other topic? Here's a fun fact for you. I used to go to the Arden International High School in Remiferia. If you want, I could always pretend I'm one of your old upperclassmen. What do you mean pretend? S and I are just your average gardens. I mean garden variety school kids.
Gardens. Nadia?
various shops to
If
peruse.
that cat wasn't out of the bag before, it sure is now.
At least it
This is
saves
the
us the
new
trouble of
Royal
having
Boutique.
to
It's just
hoodwink
opened
the
this
guild.
year to sample a range of imported goods
Well
from
then.
the Rural Kingdom.
Elena and the other bracers came around for
They
drinks
have
pretty
everything
often,
from the
even
latest
on some of
VCF
their busy
products
days.
to expensive
That's why I
wines,
always try to
and
have a
even
few
assorted
non-alcoholic
tomatoes.
drinks ready for them.
Please check it out.
That's very thoughtful of you, Sheena. We appreciate it. Seriously, there's a reason I'm always itching to come back. I'm glad to see your bar is so popular lately. I'm just glad to know it's up to customer satisfaction. It's always a pleasure to serve. Trion Tower is simply lovely at night, and what could go better with the view than a good cocktail? I can also mix up something non-alcoholic instead. All you need to do is ask.
One of Edith's major
Hello.
landmarks.
Sheena's highball. Pure KO.
Find the Vern
A
store
fully flavored
on
highball that
Twitter,
goes down
and other
easy,
various
mixed
shops
by
to
Sheena.
peruse.
I'll take 5. Random tourist. I signed up for the Moonlight Tour package only to wind up the only single in a group of couples?
You won't want to miss it.
Awkward, huh? Well, whatever. I'm here to have fun. Not worry about what other people think of me. Good attitude.
Our moonlight tour of the capital is now nearing its final stop. Let's make our way to Trion Tower's observation deck for a lovely nighttime view of Edith's skyline.
We should ought to be over at the movie theater right about now. Not sure why I'm confessing this to you, but I'm one of his biggest fans. I collect every bit of info on him I can find, build my schedule around his performances. That works.
A movie theater,
Jesus
boutique,
Christ, man.
and other
I will not
various
show on the outside, but when Mishi turns up at the mall, I'm pumping my fists on the inside.
Feels like it's been an eternity since I've been here. Though I wish I could have come with Van.
Why is Aggie looking so down?
Is that... Oh, it is! I was like, she looks so much darker in the silhouette. It is Judith's grandma, Dominique.
But the observation
The view tonight sure is grand. Guess I was right to swing on by. Still, things have been a little unsettling lately. As so far, I've had to leave the stage to those kids. Well, I guess that just leaves me to do whatever I want. I'll make sure to live it up in my daughter's absence. Just who is this lady? Oh, you'll learn. You'll learn. It's Dynamite Dominique.
Welcome to the observation deck. The sun seems to be setting later and later these days. But once night moves in, you'll be privy to the incredible beauty of Edith's nighttime landscape. And if the weather permits, you'll also have a wonderful view of the constellations.
Nice.
The sun is setting on Edith for the
Oh
day.
God,
The
you.
observation deck will remain open. Feel free to take in the view.
Sneaking into my castle, What a fool you are! As punishment for your intrusion, you will become a test subject for my latest magical brews. You'll never leave here alive.
Grumble?
Oof, I'm getting hungry. When's mommy gonna be done shopping?
Never, apparently. You're gonna live here forever. Very pretty view, though. A lot of copy and pasted buildings. But definitely looks pretty nice. I'm really afraid of heights, but if I just look up at the sky, it doesn't bother me so much. That's why I focus on either the clouds or my hands when I'm working. I'm kinda hoping my phobia will be cured if I work here long enough. I mean, that's a good
Hi
attempt.
there.
Trion
Try
mix. Cures stat down. A mix juice intended to evoke the image of the Trion Tower. Oh god, he's here. Uh-huh.
Please silence your phones and enjoy the film.
Sometimes Mishi will come and pay them all a visit. Even on days when there is no special events planned. It just goes to show how fond he is of this place.
We have merchandise for the movie on sale at the shop.
You look so awkward when you're not that poofy.
Why not buy a souvenir to remember your...
Hiya! I came by today to visit the Mihi Movie Theater. Mihi Movie Theater? Oh god. Out of curiosity, you happen to catch last year's big hit Mishi in Boots? The adorable lead role was played by none other than Mihi. It's a laid-back, feel-good type of plot. and also doubles as a revolutionary foray into the darkness of greed lurking in every living soul. What?
You have a ticket?
What?
Oh, sounds like my kind of story.
How feel-good can it be with a social commentary like that? Uh-huh. Boy, oh boy, I wonder what movies they're playing right now. There's so many genres to choose from. This theater is like a dream come true.
Why not buy a souvenir to remember your visit?
Uh-huh.
The Valisian enterprise that financed Trion Mall is the same one that owns the majority of Michelin Wonderland's shares.
Oh. Interesting.
Thank you for
That's
your
why they
visit
keep
today.
forcing their redesigned Mishi to slave away as the mall's mascot morning, noon, and night. Oh, my heart goes out to him. Just talking about it is enough to bring me to tears. Still, now I know Mishi is always close by, so that's one small joy.
Okay.
Good for you. Oh god, this grump. Nope. Something about this theater just rubs me the wrong way.
For the movie on sale.
It's completely devoid of the vintage warmth esprit cinema has always had.
Souvenir to
So pardon me if all these shallow trappings nestled inside a soulless shopping mall don't suit my fancy. But, I mean, fine. Well, all told, I can't deny the Stardust Cinema has a half a decent lineup. 100 Days. Now there's a masterpiece worth seeing. This place deserves a little more credit from me if they're willing to show a film as hard-hitting as that. Okay. The positives and the negatives, huh?
Proceed to the entrance.
What I like about movies is all the fun little touches you can easily miss. Like when a supporting character ad-libs in the background behind the main cast, for example.
You mean like Kazuma in Konosuba? That whole bit of...
Kazuma!
Kazuma-des. That Kazuma-des is ad-libbed, and it's amazing. Anyway.
Or when some small prop they show for half a second foreshadows a major plot point. It just adds so much to the experience.
I mean, yeah, that's how writing works. That's how proper writing actually works.
Thank you for your visit today.
We usually show our more popular releases in more than one theater at a time. That way, our customers can always get seats at different show times. Honestly, as a lover of film myself, our cinema is like a dream come true.
Step right up.
Okay, we can watch a movie. Hold on. 100 Days I definitely didn't watch. The Adventures of Rockford, Golden, blah blah blah. I have watched, right? Yeah, okay.
Step right.
Why not buy a souvenir to remember
100
your visit?
Days. Let's see. It is... Oh, this has been a while since I heard this music. It is mid-July in 1192, 2 months into what will eventually become known as the 100 Days War. Oh yeah, this is a very significant movie. Under siege from the Imperial Army, which boasts overwhelming manpower, the Liberal Kingdom is on the brink of total occupation. Gransel and the Leiston Fortress are still holding strong, and soldiers all over the kingdom continue to push back against the Empire. I cannot wait to hear this. This is a very old track. This is a very old track. I cannot wait to hear the remix for this thing that's gonna be in the remake later in the year. However, the tides of war crash against them. The sight of the battered ironbook wall surrounding the royal city stands in testament to that. With the walls, multitudes of wounded soldiers, empty cannons, and perforated ramparts, all signs point to its inevitable collapse. Among the remaining soldiers is Private First Class Rid, whose section of the wall is about to give way. Out of supplies and with no word of reinforcements, the soldiers succumb to despair as the Empire's tanks surround them. Then, amidst the hellish backdrop of war, Private Rid catches a glimpse of hope in a moment that would change the very course of history itself.
How can we compete with a military of that size? I guess this really is the end. Mom, Dad, I'm sorry I wasn't a better son. I'm so sorry. What was that? Where did those shots come from? Above!
I apologize for the delay. The cavalry has arrived. We can leave the rest to the mobile task force. Onward to victory and glory. The time has come to win another day for our homeland!
You're not the actual Richard voice actor, but I appreciate seeing Richard here. Sorry.
Prepare to commence our final counteroffensive. Make the enemy tremble before the unwavering spirit of the Royal Armed Forces. Relinquish your fears and show them your pride. Victory is assured so long as we continue to press onward.
As those words reverberated in my ears, and as the tide began to turn, I was finally able to make sense of it all. The purpose behind our fighting, and those long bloody battles, was to buy time for this moment.
Oh,
These
shit.
airships were developed in secret for three-dimensional maneuvers. Nothing like it's ever been attempted before, but I know it'll work. However, it will require full support from the infantry. Men, lend yourselves to our cause. For our country, for your homeland. The fate of the kingdom rests on this battle!
Those orders put the fire back into the troops, and rekindled a sense of patriotism towards our nation. As I stood there, unaware that I was witnessing a turning point in history, I took my gun in hand and stepped onto the battlefield.
Yeah, the movie is basically based on true events for the game. The Burl was about to lose and, or rather one of its defenses was about to fall. And they overthrown the Empire's invasion because of Cassius. And many plans that they had in place. One of them being the first, I think that was the first use of airships in like combat maneuvers, which caught the Empire off guard. And yeah, there we go. So, 100 Days is a film about the 100 Days War that took place 17 years ago in Liberl. Honestly, I expected the film to be longer, given the subject matter.
For sure, they did a great job explaining it all in a way that was easy to follow. Ren told me a little bit about her adoptive father, but I never knew he was that amazing.
Cassius is a god and a meme at the same time, to put it lightly. If a person on Zemuria exists, he knows them or personally, or he at least heard about them. That's just how he is. Also Divine Blade.
Though I suppose I don't really know if that's what he was actually like.
Probably not as fierce as he's portrayed in the movie, probably, but he has a he has a presence. Only his daughter was absolutely oblivious to her father, and yeah, that's God, Estelle. I think he's currently ranked Lieutenant General. We've never met him in person either.
Of all the movies we could have picked, we chose an educational one. We're such great students. I think we deserve a reward for our good deed. I'm gonna help myself to the boss man's tea cakes. You realize you're going to incur the wrath of Van again, right?
Yes, that's why she's doing it.
Alright.
Oh yeah, brochures. Wait, did she say buy it for Van? I should buy one for Van, okay. Hey, 2 stars. SCLM chain effect 10%, nice. And same for you. Yup. Well, how about it? Think I can pass for a fashion-forward Metropolitan?
You'll also find the ferns.
Oh, I don't think it'll be quite that easy.
Various
You cut a good figure, sure, but your sense of style is non-existent and your hair is looking kind of dry. Buying a new full body ensemble will mean nothing if you aren't conscious of these things on a daily basis. Ouch. Way to cut a guy deep. It's okay to sugarcoat things a little, you know? They say the road to becoming fashionable is a long and hard one. But I know it isn't impossible. I just have to keep at it. Sure. Flattery isn't really my strong suit, I'm afraid. But my manager tells me that that isn't necessarily a bad thing. Well, if they want me to point out the issues I see, then I'll be try to be frank. I need to start thinking about our business strategy for the coming season. This time we're looking to play off of Calvard's unique cultural identity, more specifically its advancements in visual technology. We could host a fashion photography competition, for instance, or collaborate with an up-and-coming movie on a new clothing line. Luckily, Valis, that is R&M, has ample funding that gives us the leeway to try out just about any strategy we can think up. Oh, the merchant lady. Oh, this place is huge. Just walking around it is exhausting. I was traipsing around the mall again in search of some direction for my designs. What I learned was that the reparations bubble introduced a lot of products packed with features that needed to be communicated to the customers. But recently that started to let up. Now it's more about user convenience and trendy, eye-catching visuals. That same philosophy ends up trickling down to the ad designs too. In this day and age, with all the info we could ever need at our fingertips, people are more concerned with style than data points. That's just the breakthrough I needed. Time to head on home and start my draft again from scratch. Okay. Oh?
Welcome to the Liberal Boutique.
Hi? Who is this guy? Researcher Ray? And as you can see, the acerbic tomato placed first among the last month's sales. We couldn't have done it without the ZTF, especially not without the import contract you had negotiated for us. Well, I'm glad the tomato's doing so well. I'm sure you're just good at selling them, though. Oh! It's the it's the fungi guy that was over in the Basel Institute in Daybreak 1. Okay, right. He's also here. You know, I've actually heard that the Liberal Boutique's been getting a lot of praise lately, even Liberal itself. There's even been some concern that people will be so satisfied with the shop, they won't even feel like they have to come to Liberal anymore. I mean, they're wrong though. Liberal is actually getting more tourism than ever because of you guys. Well, as an employee of the woman who proposed the shop in the first place, I'm more than pleased with how everything's turned out. Honestly, this is the therapeutic part of my trip. But anyway, I'll be expecting great things from you all. Come to think of it, you seem much busier than usual, Ray. Yeah, we actually received a request from the Vesemurian Tech Union, so I've been having to deal with that this whole time. It's all over with now though, so I should be ready to head back by tomorrow. Oh? Sounds like they're both from Liberal. And the tech union they mentioned, I'm a little curious. Doesn't seem relevant to us, at least. It's relevant to me! Oh, aren't you that girl that came to Basel last year with the Spriggan? Yes, and I believe you're that researcher from Liberal... Ray, was it? Van's note said you helped in gathering materials for some painkillers. That's right, but anyway, if I'm remembering correctly, you're an army student. That must mean you've met with the ZCF's technical advisor. Technical advisor? Would it be Ren by any chance? That girl's got her hands in a whole bunch of pies, huh? I could never work that hard. That you couldn't. This is the individual who created the acerbic tomato through selective breeding. He may be a tad eccentric, but he's a remarkably gifted researcher. The ZTF is fortunate to have him. It's always a pleasant surprise to have a fellow Liberalian walk through those doors. Nice. Happy for you. Understood. I'll let the representative know about the change in plans. Of course. Goodbye for now. Damn it! Why do I keep taking these calls off the clock? As if I need more urgent tasks on my plate. All I do is work, day in and day out. How am I supposed to fit in any personal time? Okay, buddy. Oh, the two idols are having a concert here. Nice. Oh, aren't they just the most precious pair you've ever seen? And they dance so well together too. Lulu already brings a smile to my face on a regular basis, being the sweet girl that she is. But today she's shining even brighter than usual. You know, I think I'm finally starting to understand what all this idol business is about. This old lady is gonna fall into the idol hole.
Here you'll find Trion Tower.
Manager?
Major landmark.
So this is the best With You has to offer? All the talent they've got is going to waste. Their stage presence, their choreography, everything's missing the passion. I can barely stand to watch. How can they be okay with this? Why are you so fixated on the performance, Natalie? Your idol days are a thing of the past.
It's a cutting edge.
Unless you're not thinking of taking it all up again, are you? You're a chansonnier now. If anything, those girls are your rivals. I know that. It's just those girls could be so much more. I know they have it in them. Just what is going on in that head of yours?
She's competitive.
Look, you've been in their place once, so I understand why you're still attached. But they've got nothing to do with you now. Even the agency said not to associate with them. How do they expect me to just turn a blind eye? I can't have With You making people think idols can't be any better than this.
Okay.
That's quite the show.
Drop by the Vern store if you want to check out the hottest.
Hey everyone, we're with you. Thank you so much for coming out to see us. Oh, it's the idol group. It looks like they're having a live event here.
You won't want to miss it.
You've met them in person, right? I heard you helped them out with a request. I'm surprised they'd host an event at the mall of all the places, but they still drew in one heck of a crowd. So what do I know?
They may be part of a fledgling industry, but that hasn't stopped them from capturing the hearts of all these fans.
More and more people seem to be developing an interest in investing recently. The proliferation of the Orbal network is a likely cause of that. Checking for changes in stock prices has never been easier. Moreover, with so many Valisian enterprises making inroads into Calvard, many are starting to take heed of the resulting fluctuations in the market. This may be a good time for us to assemble some documentation on how to interpret stock charts and such. What in Hades' holy name am I doing? Why am I standing in front of a Quincy parlor again? I can't control myself. Their fine cuisine is simply too pleasing to the eye and to the mouth. Surely there's no harm in buying one tart, right?
Go right ahead. Okay, that looks familiar. Are you aware that our signature fruitcake tastes different this year? Our greengrocer of choice recently implemented selective breeding in their crops with help from a Valisian company. Okay, Valisian is being thrown around quite a lot, so I'm guessing that is the company that might be buying up a lot of market shares. Once it came time to finally harvest the fruits of their labor, as it were, we made sure to stock up on them. Our sponge cake and fresh cream have also been improved upon to keep the overall quality consistent. I do hope you'll take the time to give it a try.
Hello there.
Quincy Parfait Grande. That is expensive. Restore 1000 HP, 100 EP, ooh, and 30 CP. A surprise parfait packed with flavor, a Quincy Parlor creation.
So, how's work going, Mr. Department of Internal Affairs?
Not this again. Look, you can poke and prod all you like, but I'm not just going to blab about government secrets, Sasha.
Oh, was it that obvious? Well, whatever. I wanted to talk about something else anyway. How's it been going with Miss Sonia?
Oh yeah, that's the guy who is, that's her brother, rather, who's going out with the teacher.
You two going on another date anytime soon?
Not yet, no. I've been meaning to ask her, actually.
From the latest
But I wanted to know if you had any recommendations for stores she might be interested in.
Please check it out.
Stores Miss Sonia might be interested in, huh? Well, I could tell you. For a price, of course.
Sasha, they're government secrets for a reason, but I can buy you dessert.
Yes!
Baited and won.
After the arrest of the Quincy Company's CEO, many of my friends started avoiding this store.
Here you'll find
It's not as though the flavor of quality of the sweets have changed. Those fools have just been swayed by public opinion. It's rather sad, really.
Alright then, but I think this is where we're gonna call it for this one. Yeah, I knew this is gonna be a long one considering the almost the entirety of the city is open. Like, holy shit. If even the other districts would have been open, this would take probably even longer to go through all of this stuff. But yeah, we're gonna cut it here and we shall continue on next time, finish off the district where I am currently right now. And move on upwards to Old Town and then proceed with the main story in the next part. But that will be it for now. Alright, well, I'll say this. At least, Lashkar, hope, buddy, you're gonna do better from now on. And very interesting info about Gray. Well, at least that's part of the... Part of what I wanted to know about the guy and why he was... getting so kind of involved into stuff, especially in the last game as well, and what was being hinted at with him. But yeah, interesting. I wonder if there's gonna be more to that, or if that's literally it for the time being. But we shall see. We shall see. For the time being, I hope you guys enjoyed, and if you did so, please consider leaving a like. Would help out a lot. If you're new to the channel, consider subscribing, and of course, if you want to support me more directly, yes, Nadia, wait. And if you want to support me more directly, you can do so through the memberships of the channel. No video will be behind a membership, it's purely there for support. And yeah, hope you have a fantastic day wherever you are, and I will see you in the next one. Until then, bye-bye.